Good morning. That's better. Good morning. It is Thursday, March 17th, 2022. My name is Terry Morgan. We are here to practice Wudang Qigong. Happy St. Patrick's Day to those who celebrate. Hi. And welcome to my class. I have focus this morning for three things: the breath, the mind, and the body. We want to use each of these to quiet the other two. All right, so put the coffee down. So in today's practice, we want to focus on these connections, right? As we're practicing, we're focusing on circulating the breath, rhythmic movement. As we do that, we also, today, most of the time, but we're going to particularly focus on it today, we want to focus on quieting that movement so that it's as soft and resilient as possible. Now, what do I mean by that? The outward appearance of the movement should be soft. That means that no extra tension, we're not trying to build strength today, right? Internal strength, yes. External strength, no. So, quiet movement, soft on the outside, but resilient. So, there's that sense of inner strength through the movement. This is the same kind of strength that you would use if you were planting seedlings. I'm going to open up the ground and dig around it, put the seedling in, close it up. You have to have enough strength. If you're doing this by hand, right? You have to have enough strength in your hands to support that little seedling as you set it into the ground, and you have to have softness as you move the dirt into place so that you don't just push the dirt over the little seedling and it's now going to be not a seedling anymore. There might be some roots under there, but no more seedling. All right? That strength, the same strength as you have if you're going to pick up a child, right? Very strong inside, but soft outwardly. Yeah, I'm not going to grip the child, right? Most of the time, I'm not going to try and do that. I might be a little upset with the child, and I might do a little bit more, but not much. All right, the idea is soft. Opening the center of the palm as you breathe. The breath follows this idea. Open and close through the lungs. Nice, easy, soft breathing. I'm going to extend my breath, and I want the flame on this candle over here to flicker. I'm going to blow. And I want it to flicker. I don't want to blow out the candle. Just a little flicker. Just a little puff. Right? That soft breathing. These two together. And the focus on quieting the breath and quieting the body also help to quiet the mind. Right? Mind's got too much that it's preoccupied with. Can't focus on anything. Have to quiet it down. If we focus on the breath, the mind starts to follow along. It starts to become quieter. So the goal is, and we're working on this morning, the goal is that as we practice, whichever is upset, right? I could be physically upset. I could have done something. I could have practiced. I'd done a workout. I could have some issue with my body being too tense or no energy, right? I could have a physical issue. I could have an issue with my breathing. I'm breathing too hard. I'm anxious and I'm nervous, or I'm upset and my breath is not what it should be. My mind is preoccupied with too many things. I can't even sleep properly. Been there. All right. What am I doing? As you quiet the breath, you can physically quiet your breathing. As you physically quiet the breath, the body starts to follow along. If you let it, and we're going to pay attention to that, as the body becomes more quiet and the breath becomes more quiet, it becomes possible to use that energy to quiet the mind. Let's get started. Feet about shoulder width apart. Stand straight. Pull up through the crown of the head. Tip of the tongue touches the roof of the mouth. We're going to begin Qigong sets. Ladies, right hand on the outside. Gentlemen, left hand on the outside. And breathe in. Breathe out. Sink. Nice and easy. Breathe in. Breathe out. Outwardly, the movement remains soft. Inwardly, quite strong. Not physical strength. Breathe in. Breathe out. Focus on the breath. Focus the mind on the breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. That's all you should pay attention to, is that breathing in and breathing out. 2 more. Breathe in. Nice and easy. Breathe out. Breathe in. Hands separate, down along both sides. Pull up through the crown of the head. Raise the heels and lower. Breathe in again. Still nice and easy. Pushing the mountain. Breathe out. Press down. Sink. Nice and easy. And push out. Keep the movement soft. Focus on the intrinsic energy that you have. That internal energy. Extend and return. Nice and easy. Breathe in. Breathe out. quiet the outer movement. As you extend, do it quietly. As you return, do the same. Quiet. Shh. Quiet as possible. Quiet the breath. Nice and easy. Breath works together with the movement. And it's quiet. Two more. Focus the mind on that quiet movement and that quiet breath, so that as you breathe, your focus is on the breath only, nothing else. And breathe in. Last time. Breathe out. Press forward. Breathe in. Hands down on both sides. Pull up through the crown of the head. Raise the heels and lower. While Goose flying, breathe in. Again, that quiet movement. Breathe out. Hands up along both sides. Breathe in. Down to the knees. Breathe out. Open the back. And down. Again, quiet the body. As little effort as possible through the movement. That means using only those muscles that need to move. Let everything else rest. Everything's quiet, relaxed, and open. Close. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Focus the mind on the breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Quiet the body. Quiet the mind. Quiet the breath. Two more. Only what you need to use. Last time. And sink. Palms up. Press down on both sides. Pull up through the crown of the head. Raise the heels and lower. Stay there. Breathe in. Breathe out. There again. Breathe in. And breathe out. All right. Relax for a second. I'm going to talk about this idea of using only those muscles, using only what you must use, so that everything else is allowed to rest. This concept is one that I first learned through dance. It's part of how a dancer expresses what's going on in the choreography. All right? So as we move, the body tells the story. Dance is not a spoken... Dancers don't normally stop in the middle of their routine and give the audience an idea of what the story is, right? They don't talk to the audience. They come out, they perform. What your body is doing communicates what you're trying to say. I just did that. Yes, I did. All right, so this idea of what we're doing in practice today, this quiet movement, and this idea of only using that part of the body, the physical body, only using those muscles, those tendons, those parts that we need to use, and letting everything else rest. Again, we have this idea of using the whole body. We also want the idea and the capability to relax through the movement so that only those muscles that have to do the work are doing the work and everything else gets to rest. It's maybe sometimes an active rest, we could say, but it's a rest. So we're not trying to use, let's put it another way, not trying to use every muscle in the body. We're trying to use only those muscles that we need for this movement. What are those? Which ones? Yeah, it's a question. Which ones? This would be where I would be listening to people tell me which ones, right? Each exercise is different. The required use of the body is different. We're going to do 2 sets now that are, I'm going to skip a little bit. I'm going to do 2 sets now that are very similar. Push and turning palm. In both of these, the effort to extend has an application. We see both of these moves in our Tai Chi sets. Today, we want to focus not on so much extending outward as how we can quiet the mind, the body, and the breath through these moves so that later, as we add more, as we add the energy, as we add the expression of force, as we add more to what we're doing, I'm looking for a way to say this, and basically what we're trying to do is grease the wheels here. All right? Open that channel. Open up the pathway so that later on, as we add that energy, it's open, it's flowing, hey, there's a road there. We can go. Grease the wheels. Let's go. Push and turning palm. I'm going to turn around for both of these, and we'll probably do both of them again, or at least a subset of them. Quiet the mind, quiet the breath, quiet the body. Bring all 3 of them together. Feet about shoulder width apart, stand straight. Pull up through the crown of the head. Tip of the tongue touches the roof of the mouth. Relax the shoulders. Relax the back. Use as little effort as possible to just stand there. It's harder than it seems. Alright, and breathe in. Breathe out. Sink. Push. Shift to the right. Turn the left toes. Push. And return. Again, the movement should be soft on the outside, resilient on the inside. Quiet. Breathe in. Breathe out. The breath is full, complete, and quiet, like the movement. Let the effort that you're making to quiet your movement help you to quiet the breath. Let them both work together. Outwardly quiet, inwardly strong. 内骨平生，外山一。Strengthen the energy inside. Maintain quiet on the outside. Two more. Nice and easy. Quiet the mind. The movement is quiet. The breath is quiet. Use the breath to quiet the mind. Focus on the breath. Nice and easy. Quiet. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Hands down on both sides, pull up through the crown of the head, raise the heels and lower. Breathe in. Turning palm. Breathe out. Shift right on the left toes, both palms up. Palms turn over, press out. And return. Quietly. Pay attention to the intrinsic strength, the physical strength that you're not using. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Only what you must use. Keep the movement quiet and complete. Soften the breath. Soften the movement. Breathe out. Connect the breath with the movement. Quiet and complete. Focus the mind on the breath. Only the breath. Quiet the mind. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Look inside. Quiet the body. Quiet the mind. Quiet the breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. 2 more. Breathe in. Breathe out. As quiet as possible. Soft as possible. Use only those muscles that you must use. Let everything else rest. Last time. Breathe out. Breathe in. Hands down along both sides. Breathe out. Pull up through the crown of the head. Raise the heels and lower. Stay there. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. More coffee. We're going to do this again. Excuse me. Alright, we're going to take this quiet. And as I mentioned in the exercise, the part of what we're not doing is as important as the part of what we are doing. As we quiet the movement, as we focus on only using those muscles, highly detailed, okay, you know your physical body, only using those muscles that we need to use through the movement, because it's changing, we're moving, right? Only using what you need to use, allowing what you don't need to use at that moment to rest, and developing that sense of quiet, softness through the movement. Still with that idea that there's this intrinsic strength, there's energy, there's, in Tai Chi we call this Faso. It means to be relaxed and energetic at the same time. So the outward appearance is soft, the inner strength is still there. Okay, so I can wave my hand around and it looks very soft, and if you were coming up against it, it would not feel nearly as soft as it looks. It wouldn't. It wouldn't. Trust me, it wouldn't. That's what we want. That's part of what we're working for. In today's practice, and we're going to do this right now, this idea of what we're not doing. I just asked, pay attention to softness, pay attention to being quiet, pay attention to how quietly we can move, how quietly the breath can be extended through the movement so that that quiet extends into and through the mind, so they're all connected. As we pay attention to quieting the movement, we must also pay attention to not doing. What are we not doing? We're not using strength. What am I not doing in this particular movement? What am I not doing? Pay attention to both. What am I doing to keep the movement quiet? And what am I not doing? The quieter you can keep your breath so that the mind is relaxed and quiet, the easier it is to see both of these things going on at the same time and to pay attention to them. Push. Quiet. What am I not doing? And we're going to just do this 3 times. Pay attention to what you're not doing. Breathe in. Breathe out. Shift right. Turn left. Push out. Quiet the mind. Quiet the body. Quiet the breath. Find that point of stillness. As you breathe, quiet the breath. As I quiet the movement, as I quiet the breath, what am I not doing? One more time. My movement is quiet. What am I not doing? Very literal. What am I not doing? Hands still on both sides. Pull up through the crown of the head. Raise the heels and lower. Stay there. Breathe in. Breathe out. Not using strength. That was not my goal this morning. What am I not doing, right? Not using strength. The goal is to have a quiet movement with as little effort as possible. I don't want to use strength. Not right now. I want that quiet movement. Not extending any kind of forceful energy through that movement. Not trying to. That internal energy and the internal breath as it extends is very soft. It's quiet. Okay? Not a lot of strength, because the type of strength that I'm cultivating is not forceful strength, it's quiet strength. Yeah, it is. Okay? And as I develop this, we're going to do turning palm again, and we're going to pay attention to, again, this idea partly of what we're not doing, as well as a little bit more that intrinsic strength, so that as we extend, paying attention just a little bit so that there's a little bit of resistance. So if I extend my hand quietly, I'm still staying with the quiet this morning. If I extend my hand very quietly, right? It's very soft and very quiet as I carry my hand across. If I do the same, exactly the same, with just a little bit of resistance, so that instead of moving my hand through the air, maybe I'm moving my hand through water. Just a little bit of resistance. So that you feel that intrinsic strength through the movement. And it comes, whole body, focus on quietly, very quiet, connecting the body with just a little tiny bit, just a little tiny bit, just a little bit of resistance as we move. Turning palm. Feet about shoulder width apart. Breathe in. Breathe out. Quiet. With just a little bit. Just that little tiny bit of resistance. Pay attention to that intrinsic strength. And return. Only what you need to use. The breath remains quiet. Open the mind. Focus on the breath. Pay attention to that intrinsic strength. Just a little bit. Just a little. Everything stays soft. And one more time. Breathe in. Just a little. And return to center. Hands down along both sides. Pull up through the crown of the head. Raise the heels and lower. Stay there. Breathe in. And breathe out. And breathe in. Breathe out. Relax. This idea, I'm going to wrap up now, let you know. And this idea of connecting the mind, connecting the body, connecting the breath. The focus that I have for today was to quiet. Calm. It may be almost impossible to find a quiet place. I've done this in a waiting hall in a train station in central China. It's not quiet. It's not. Not even close, all right? Very crowded, a lot of noise. All right, the ability to quiet my body, to just sit up straight, drop my focus so that it's focused down. My eyes are still open, I'm still looking, still wide awake, not sleeping. All right, not going to sleep in a train station. I'm not. It's not happening. I've slept in an airport, but I've not slept in a train station, so there's that. All right, rest, yes. Sleep, no. All right, so focus about 45 degrees so that your focus is downward. You're not looking at anything in particular. You're looking at a spot on the floor maybe. Down. But your eyes are still open, right? So, not focused here, looking down. Quiet the breath. Just breathe. And the only thing to pay attention to in that moment is the breath. Quiet. It's very much a look inside. I've got my little bubble, and I'm going to put my bubble up, and that's it. Alright, so sunlight. As that breath starts to regulate, right? As I start to regulate my breath, it creates less tension in my body. As there's less tension in my body, it makes it easier to quiet the breath more. As the breath becomes more quiet, the mind also becomes quiet, because the mind in this exercise is focused on breathing. That's it, breathing. Breathing mechanism, that nice in and out. Where are my lungs? Inward, looking inward to find that inward quiet, that inside quiet, that peace within you. It's always there. You just have to know where to look for it. Right? Part of this class, hopefully, is intended, my intent behind this, is to help find that. I have, again, had to practice this a couple of times in different situations, in different circumstances where it was imperative. It wasn't an option. I needed to be able to react and respond to circumstances in my environment, and I needed my mind to be quiet in order for me to be able to do that. So my mind's quiet if I'm thinking about, what's this, I'm worried about what's that, I'm not paying attention to what's going on around me. And I needed to pay attention to what was going on around me. So, quiet the mind. I hope you enjoyed today's class. There's a bit more to this concept, and I'll be presenting it in different aspects in other classes. Tomorrow, I'm here with Wudang Qigong advanced sets, 10 through 18. I'll have a focus for that tomorrow. Next week, Xingyi, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we're working on the Xingyi 12 Animals form, and there's a bit of dynamic that goes with that. A big part of what we worked on today contributes to what we can do with adding the energy, which is part of what we do in Xingyi. Thursday and Friday, Qigong again. I hope you'll join me. Thank you.